Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving into something I know a lot of you are super curious about. YouTube's algorithms in 2025. We've got these really incredible insights from Renee and Todd, who work directly at YouTube, and they've cued us like this peek behind the curtain, you know? This is for anyone who's ever fallen down a YouTube rabbit hole, basically all of us, right?
Yeah.
And wondered how those recommendations actually work.
I know, me too.
So, what's interesting is how much emphasis YouTube is putting on tailoring the experience to each individual viewer.
Yeah, it's less about pushing out videos and more about understanding what you specifically are looking for.
Okay, so they actually use the phrase personalized word of mouth.
Oh, wow.
Which I thought was a brilliant way to describe it. It's like having a friend who knows your taste perfectly and is constantly recommending videos you'll love.
Yeah.
But how does that actually work on such a huge scale?
Well, they talked about how YouTube is focusing on pulling content for each viewer, not just randomly pushing out videos. It's all about connecting you with the content that's most likely to resonate with you based on your viewing history and preferences.
So it's not just about what I've watched before, but also when and where I'm watching. Like if I'm on my phone during my lunch break, I'm probably looking for something different than what I'd watch on my TV at night, right?
Exactly. They mentioned that time of day. And the device you're using play a role in shaping your recommendations. YouTube learns your habits and tries to predict what you'll be in the mood for at any given moment. For instance, if you tend to watch quick, funny videos on your phone during the day, but switch to longer documentaries on your TV in the evenings, the algorithm will pick up on that pattern and adjust your recommendations accordingly.
That makes so much sense. It's almost like YouTube is becoming this super intuitive friend who knows your viewing habits inside and out. But I have to ask, what about watch time? I always hear that's the most important factor for creators on YouTube.
That's actually a common misconception. While watch time is definitely important, YouTube is actually shifting its focus towards viewer satisfaction. It's not just about keeping people on the platform for as long as possible. It's about making sure they're genuinely enjoying the content. They're watching...
Yeah, hold on. How do they actually measure something? Like satisfaction? Are they like sending out vibe checks after every video?
They're not reading minds. At least not yet.
Okay.
But they are using surveys to gauge how viewers feel about the videos they watch. They collect millions of responses and use that data to refine their recommendations and prioritize videos that people actually enjoy watching.
So it's not just about racking up views and watch time. It's more nuanced than that.
Exactly. Likes, dislikes, even that not interested button. Those all provide valuable feedback that YouTube uses to understand what's resonating with viewers and what's not. They're looking at the bigger picture, not just individual metrics.
So I'm guessing that whole clickbait strategy of trying to get people to click on your video no matter what is probably not going to fly anymore.
They actually brought up click-through rate, or CTR, and how creators often get fixated on that single metric.
Okay.
They asked a really interesting question. Would you rather have a video with 20% CTR and 10,000 views, or a 5% CTR and 100,000 views? It really makes you think about what success means on the platform.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in those numbers, but ultimately you want people to actually enjoy your content, not just click on it and then bounce, reaching a wider audience, with content that genuinely connects with them. Has to be the goal, right?
Exactly. And they emphasize that creators should focus on their overall objectives, not just individual metrics. Sometimes reaching a broader audience is more valuable than having a super high click-through rate on a single video.
Okay.
It's about building a loyal fan base who truly appreciates your work.
That's such a good point. And speaking of reaching a wider audience, Renee and Todd also talked about the rise of multilingual content on YouTube.
Yes, more and more creators are realizing the potential of reaching a global audience by adding dub tracks and subtitles in multiple languages. It's a smart strategy, especially with YouTube's global reach.
It's like opening up your content to a whole new world of viewers.
Exactly.
But I'm guessing it's not just about slapping on some subtitles and calling it a day, right?
Right. They stress that it's essential to translate titles and descriptions as well.
Okay.
This helps YouTube understand the content and recommend it to the right audience in different language markets. They even shared a fascinating statistic. Dubbing at least 80% of your channel's content leads to significantly greater success in reaching a multilingual audience.
Wow, 80%. That's a serious commitment. So it sounds like YouTube is really encouraging creators to embrace the global nature of the platform.
Definitely.
But what about those creators who are just starting out or who see their views fluctuate? It's easy to feel discouraged when your numbers dip.
They actually address that concern directly, assuring listeners that fluctuations in views are completely normal. A decline doesn't necessarily mean your channel is doomed.
Okay.
It's just part of the natural ebb and flow of content creation.
So how can creators navigate those ups and downs without freaking out?
They recommended taking a long-term view of your analytics. Instead of obsessing over daily or weekly fluctuations, look at your performance over a year or more. This can help you identify seasonal trends, see the overall trajectory of your channel's growth, and make more informed decisions about your content strategy.
So it's about focusing on the big picture, rather than getting lost in the day-to-day noise.
Exactly.
Any other tips for creators?
They also highlighted a really interesting tool, the Subscriptions tab. They encourage creators to check this tab regularly to see how their core audience is reacting to their content, because the Subscriptions tab displays videos in chronological order. From channels a viewer has subscribed to, it gives you a more direct view of how your content is resonating with your most loyal fans.
That's a great tip. It's like having a direct line to your most dedicated viewers and seeing what they're engaging with.
Yeah.
But I have to ask about something that's been making waves in the tech world lately. Artificial intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
Is AI playing a role in all of this?
It absolutely is. They talk about how YouTube is increasingly using large language models, or LLMs, in its recommendation system.
Okay.
These are advanced AI systems that can understand videos on a much deeper level than ever before.
LLMs. That sounds pretty intense. Can you break that down for us a bit more?
Think of it this way. Imagine a simple cooking model as a cook who rigidly follows a recipe, step by step. Now imagine an LLM as a master chef who understands the fundamental principles of cooking. The chef can adapt recipes on the fly, substitute ingredients, and create new dishes based on their deep understanding of flavors and techniques.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture. So these LLMs are like master chefs of content, able to analyze videos in incredibly nuanced ways.
Yeah.
But how does that actually impact the recommendations we see?
Instead of just identifying basic keywords or topics, LLMs can analyze the style, emotions, and even the subtext of a video. Let's say you're watching a cooking tutorial.
Okay.
A traditional model might only register keywords, like cooking recipe and the specific ingredients mentioned. But an LLM could analyze the chef's tone of voice, the editing style, the background music, and even the visual aesthetics of the video to determine whether it's a fast-paced, energetic tutorial or a more relaxed, meditative one.
Wow. So it's not just about what's being said, it's about the entire vibe of the video? That's incredible. It's like YouTube can now understand the subtleties and nuances that make each video unique.
Right.
But this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? What other implications do these LMs have for creators and viewers?
That's what we'll delve into in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
Stay tuned as we explore the future of YouTube in the age of AI and what it means for the way we create and consume content online.
Expert. Welcome back, everyone. So we just left off talking about how YouTube is using these incredibly powerful AI systems called LLMs to understand videos on a whole new level.
Yeah.
I'm still wrapping my head around it, to be honest. It's like YouTube is becoming this incredibly perceptive friend who not only knows what you like to watch, but can also pick up on those subtle details and nuances that really make a video stand out.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. The potential of LLMs to transform the way we experience YouTube is immense. For creators, it could be like having a super-powered assistant who can help them tailor their content to their audience's specific tastes and preferences.
So it's not just about recommending videos that people might like. It's about helping creators understand why people like certain videos and then using that knowledge to create even more engaging and impactful content.
Exactly. Imagine getting feedback on the emotional impact of your video suggestions for alternative approaches based on audience preferences or even real-time insights into what's working and what's not. It could revolutionize the way creators think about content development.
It's like having a whole team of data analysts and creative consultants all rolled into one powered by AI. But what about from the viewer's perspective? How does all of this AI magic impact our experience?
Well, think about it this way. What if you could say goodbye to endless scrolling and algorithm fatigue?
Oh, yeah.
What if every video that popped up in your recommendations was something you genuinely enjoyed and found valuable? That's the promise of LLMs. They have the potential to create a YouTube experience that's incredibly personalized and tailored to your unique interests.
Okay, now that's a future I can get behind. No more sifting through a sea of irrelevant content. Just a curated feed of videos that spark my curiosity and keep me engaged. It sounds almost too good to be true. Are there any potential downsides we should be thinking about? I mean, whenever we talk about AI, there are always those questions about ethics and bias.
You bring up a really important point. While the potential benefits of LLMs are huge, it's crucial to be aware of the potential challenges as well. One of the biggest concerns is ensuring that these systems don't inadvertently limit the diversity of content we see. If they get too good at predicting what we like, we might end up stuck in an echo chamber of content that only reinforces our existing beliefs and interests.
That's like the filter bubble effect we see on social media, but amplified by AI's ability to analyze our behavior on an even deeper level. So how do we ensure that we're still exposed to new ideas and perspectives, even as YouTube becomes increasingly tailored to our individual preferences?
That's the million-dollar question. It's something that YouTube and other platforms using AI need to be very mindful of. It's not just about giving people what they want. It's also about helping them discover new things, challenge their assumptions, and broaden their horizons.
It sounds like finding that balance between personalization and discovery is going to be key. We want a YouTube experience that's both tailored to our individual tastes and open to new possibilities.
Exactly. And that's where the human element comes in. While AI can play a huge role in enhancing the YouTube experience, it's ultimately up to us as viewers to be mindful of our own biases, seek out diverse perspectives, and actively engage with content that challenges our comfort zones. It's a two-way street.
It's almost like AI is giving us these incredible tools, but it's up to us to use them wisely and responsibly.
Yeah.
This whole conversation has been so eye-opening. We've covered so much ground, from personalized recommendations to the rise of multilingual content, and now the mind-blowing potential of AI and LLMs. What else is in store for us in this deep dive into the future of YouTube?
We're about to step into some even more thought-provoking territory as we explore the evolving role of human creators in an AI-driven world and what it all means for the future of storytelling online.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the future of YouTube. We've been talking about how AI is transforming the platform, and now we're going to tackle a question that's been on my mind. What does all of this mean for the human creators who make the videos we love?
Yeah, that's a question a lot of people are grappling with right now. As AI becomes more sophisticated, it's natural to wonder if machines will eventually replace human creators altogether. But I think it's more nuanced than that.
Yeah, it's like that age-old debate, will robots replace artists? But it feels like the relationship between AI and creativity is more complex than just a simple replacement scenario.
Exactly. Instead of thinking about it as AI versus humans, I think it's more helpful to think about it as AI and humans working together. AI can be an incredibly powerful tool for creators, helping them refine their craft, reach wider audiences, and even explore new creative possibilities.
So it's not about AI taking over, but rather about AI empowering creators to do even more amazing things. I can definitely see that. Imagine having an AI that can help you brainstorm ideas, edit your videos, or even translate them into multiple languages. That would be a game changer for so many creators.
Absolutely. And it's not just about efficiency and productivity. AI can also help creators push the boundaries of their creativity. Imagine using AI to generate unique visual effects, compose original music, or even co-write scripts. It opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
It's like having an AI collaborator who can help you bring your wildest creative visions to life. But it also makes me wonder, what about the authenticity and originality of content? If AI is involved in the creative process, how do we know what's truly human and what's machine-made?
That's a really interesting question, and it's one that we're going to have to grapple with as AI becomes more integrated into the creative world. Ultimately, it comes down to transparency and disclosure. Creators need to be upfront about how they're using AI in their work, and viewers need to be aware of the different ways AI can be used in content creation.
It's like a new set of rules for the digital age. We need to be informed and discerning consumers of content, understanding that AI is becoming part of the creative landscape. But it also feels like this is just the beginning of the conversation. What other big questions do we need to be thinking about as AI becomes more prevalent in the world of online content?
Well, one thing that comes to mind is the issue of control. Who ultimately controls the creative process when AI is involved? Is it the creator, the AI developer, the platform? These are complex questions we'll need to address as AI becomes more powerful and ubiquitous.
It's almost like we're entering this new frontier of creativity and storytelling, and we're still figuring out the rules of the game. But it's also incredibly exciting. The possibilities are limitless. We've been talking a lot about AI and its potential impact on creators. But what about the viewers? How might AI change the way we experience stories and connect with content online?
I think one of the most exciting possibilities is the potential for even deeper personalization and interactivity. Imagine a world where you can choose different storylines in a video interact with characters, or even influence the outcome of the story of art. AI can make these kinds of immersive and personalized experiences a reality.
Wow, that would be amazing. It's like those choose-your-own-adventure books I used to read as a kid, but on a whole other level. It would completely transform the way we think about storytelling.
Exactly. AI could help us move beyond passive consumption and create a more active and engaged relationship with the content we consume. And it's not just about entertainment. AI could also personalize educational content, tailoring it to our individual learning styles and helping us grasp complex concepts more effectively.
So AI could not only make learning more engaging, but also more effective. That's a win-win in my book. This whole deep dive has been mind-blowing. We've gone from understanding the inner workings of YouTube's algorithms to exploring the potential of AI to revolutionize the way we create and consume content. Where do we go from here? What's the big takeaway for our listeners?
I think the biggest takeaway is that we're at a pivotal moment in the evolution of online content. AI is transforming the landscape in profound ways, and it's up to all of us creators, viewers, and platforms to navigate these changes thoughtfully and responsibly.
It's like we're all on this incredible journey together, and the destination is still being written. We need to stay informed, engage in these important conversations, and be mindful of the choices we make, both as creators and consumers of content. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.